about Berkeley, but like these things are true. But I don't think Berkeley is that great of a place, to be very honest. There's lots of interests, but there's not a very like passionate body of people. Like people are very interested in classes. They are performing well in classes. There's lots of clubs, and that's about it. Like, what Evan was kind of saying about MIT, where people are very passionate about something, that's kind of lacking at Berkeley. And maybe there's, I think this is like, it's very specific to Berkeley, but I'd advise everyone when you like visit colleges or researching colleges, look very, very carefully into like finding like something that is actually valuable to you. So like, if you're really interested into entrepreneurship, just because an entrepreneurship club in the school does not make it a very good entrepreneurship club. And I find that lacking at Berkeley, the lack of depth and passion. So yeah, take it as you like.
So Riddick and I have disagreed a lot on Berkeley in the past, but this I have to agree with him on this, because it is true that I also find it frustrating that people don't seem passionate about what they're studying necessarily. You have people who are very passionate about like political activism, they want to change and reform laws and stuff, and there's a lot of protests, and that's cool. But when we're talking about perhaps in the context of like, why do you study what you study? A lot of people aren't studying it because they love it or because it genuinely interests them. A lot of people are studying it because it gets them a high-paying job. It's because all their friends are studying it. It's because their parents make them study it. And I don't know, I feel like this is something that's very pervasive. This is something that I've thought a lot about, and I think it's very pervasive to what I would call the average above average person, or the average above average college too, which I think Berkeley falls in that category. So you have like amazing, outstanding people and amazing, outstanding colleges where those people congregate, or presumably they congregate, and then you have like terrible, just like people who are very lazy and don't do anything, and you have colleges that they get sent to as well, and you have people who are in between, who are like average colleges or above average colleges. I think the biggest danger is when you go to a college in the middle. If you're at a college at the very top, even if you're lazy, that branding and that prestige can get you very far, and then maybe that culture can motivate you. If you're at the bottom, it's kind of like a shock in the face, and that can motivate you. But when you're right in the middle, and actually when you're a little bit above the middle, you feel complacent, because it's good enough that if you do well, you should do well. And I think a lot of people then just kind of lose their drive. They're like, oh, well, we got into Berkeley, which is pretty decent. So, let me get a decent GPA, let me get a decent job, let me live a decent life. There's nothing wrong with that, but when you have an entire student body that believes that, there's something wrong there. And I think that's something that's very frustrating, to go to a college where there's not as much like just pure passion and pure intellectual drive as some others. And I think that's very dangerous, because you kind of get committed to the slums of mediocrity.
Can I